We should be live now. All right then. Let's have a look. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys are doing well. So, welcome to episode 128. Is it 129? Sorry, 129. It's been quite mad actually. With the whole FOMC situation and whatnot, and it's been a massive news event for the whole week. It's been pretty. I mean, like a lot of people getting bullish and whatnot, people getting bearish. It's split between the two sides, isn't it? Like that's the truth is like you got 50% that's bullish, 50% that's bearish, right? And remember when we talked about like the extreme ends, you got like the two guys, the two types of people that are extreme on both sides. You got one who are mega bullish, and they've been showing bullish scenarios from the last since 60k, all right? And then you got the ones who are mega bearish, and they've been showing bearish scenarios since like 15k. Like well, they just recently become bearish, right? It's one of those ones. The funny thing is, right? I generally believe that a bunch of CTs just don't know what's going on. That's the truth. Is like I spend a little bit of time in the morning. I was like, you know what? Let me have a look at what's going on CT. What's everyone's consensus? So how is everyone reading this whole scenario, and what's everyone actually thinking about? Are they bullish? They bearish? Do they have an opinion? They don't. They don't. They honestly don't. None of them. Well, very few actually have some sort of opinion. Very few actually believe it's gonna go up. Very few actually believe it's gonna go down. It's kind of quiet now, so it's a bit of a tricky one. But that's the good thing about day trading. The perfect thing about day trading is that you just don't give a shit if it goes up or goes down. You just play with what the market is doing. I mean, like for example, on the pre FOMC in the morning. I mean, I didn't do a stream yesterday. I did one for the DCC. I think because that's as you're aware, that's where the focus is going to be over the next year or two, whatever it is going to be up until for the next 2 years really. It's going to be in the focus in the DCC, but we'll do the daily streams over there now, not on YouTube. I'll probably do once in a while kind of thing, just to touch base so you guys aren't alone all the time. But the interesting thing was, like, we did a plan on BTC, bullish scenarios, bearish scenarios, and what happened was it flipped bullish, and we played the longs, 3.4R trade, happy days, move on. And I was like, I not only did I tell the DCC, but I also did this on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, this is the plan. I'm cutting the trade. This was probably about 2.5 hours before the FOMC, and I was like, yeah, that's it. Just stay out of it. It's gonna be heavily volatile. And for the first time, I don't know if you noticed this, for the first time in quite a while for news event, we've actually had that whipsaw. The one that goes up and then goes down. That's what we've had. Normally, what we've had in the last couple of news events there in about the last month or so, it's just been one direction. It just goes up and it just keeps going up, right? But this time we've actually had the whipsaw going up and then down, and it's looking quite mad. So the key point that you'll need to take out of this, right, really, the truth is, right, in terms of trading, is looking at what the monthly open is saying. Remember we talked about above the monthly open is bullish, below the monthly open is bearish. That's pretty much as simple as you can make it as well. We are coming to the yearly end in the next 15 days. Are we going to be bullish? I mean, I've got my scenarios in my head, and let me just touch base on this. Actually, I'll touch base on this and then show you, right? So, what we got here, right? So we got this simple last chart, right? So what we got? Few ranges here. Well, two ranges really. Number one, this is the main range was playing in 2021. The first quarter's range there. That's the first one. The second range is this high to this low here, right? So just between this low there and that high there. I've only highlighted this high over here at the moment because that's the main focus for me right now. Now, coming to the yearly end, right? If we close below the 20k previous all-time high, close below here, for example, over here for the the end of year, I think for 2021 we might get a whip into here to take out these highs there, retest that 20k, and it's just a retest of that previous all-time high, and then that'll be the high of the year probably, and then play back down into the levels we're looking for, 15k, then 14, 12, 10, probably 8 and 6k actually, which is mad, which is freaking mad. I just said 6k. I can't believe I said that, but I have my reasons. Guys in the DCC knows exactly what I'm talking about, but there's a potential play for it to actually go down to 6k, which is fucked. It is mega fucked. But I mean, like what I would like to see in terms of a bullish. I mean, look, if I were to do this something like this, you can clearly see we'll come into to this trend line. This trend line, as we've seen many times, once you lose this trend line and you retest, play back down below, breaking market structure, off we go. And that's what it looks like. It looks nothing bullish in my opinion. There's nothing for me to say it's bullish. You have to remember, when market drops, right, we have consolidation. So like when we have a reversal doesn't happen so quickly. The only reversal happens quickly is from a bullish scenario to a bearish scenario. That reversal can turn out a bit quick as well. But in terms of bear market, when it comes to like especially in crypto itself, I'm talking about, it's we're gonna see consolidation. Consolidation in what way? Well, let me just show you briefly, right? And then when we get cracking on, I mean, look, like I said, I've done this before. Do it again one more time. It doesn't hurt anybody. See this low over here to this high there. It's a monthly high there. That's the fucking consolidation. Look at this consolidation for like 2 years straight. 2018, 2019, 2020, and then 2021. Oh, nearly three years actually. I say 3 years worth of consolidation. Look at EBTC. Look at EBTC for a second, right? Like if you're bullish, well, the good for you in it. Like if you're not bullish, happy days. And if you don't have an idea, no problem. I'd rather talk to you guys because it's teaching you guys how to think outside the box, right? Don't think like a freaking sheep and follow like different influencers. Fuck all the influencers. Just be yourself in it. Be yourself. Read it yourself, right? That's the aim of it as well. Because remember, majority of these influencers, right, they're just doing it as they come along, right? They have different knacks. Some people are really good at fundamentals. Some people are really good at technical. Some people are really good at just bullshitting in it. So you just gotta find your knack in it. So what I'm saying is, this is the consolidation over here. You see this area here? This was from 2018, from 2019, well, end of 2018, let's call it 2019, all the way to 2021. So we had a good 2 years worth of consolidation here. And that's when everything was dead, right up until what, 2020 over here. Everything was mad dead. No one thought about cryptos. Too many people in crypto. We need to get them out. So we got consolidation up here. Why can't we come back down below the mid-range, lose this out, come back to the range low, come back to the range low over here, and then come back into these highs there, and maybe retest this, and then we'll see what happens next. That's the plan I like to see on EBTC going forward as well. Bitcoin dominance again, it's breaking out. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is now looking bullish. You see, this is the daily low over here. That was actually as an SR point of view. We found support from this daily low over here, right? When we tagged that range low. If we're supposed to go down, listen to this. If it's supposed to be bullish, right, Bitcoin dominance should be dropping. Agree? For those who don't understand what Bitcoin dominance do, Bitcoin dominance, how that works is it shows you out of the money that's in crypto as a whole, where there's like 800 billion, trillion, 5 trillion, 70 trillion, whatever bullshit it is, right? Out of the whole thing is, right, you're looking at what is the percentage of money is into Bitcoin. 41.6% right here is in Bitcoin. That's 41.6%, which is sounds like a lot. But when you compare it to back when we were back in 2021, right, before we had the drop, it was 60%, 63% or whatever. And we were tagging over here, then we lost this. I tried this at the time. If you guys followed me back then, I was an early guy. No one really knew who I was at the time. But I was trying this there, and once we lost that was the indication of like a massive rundown. And we're again, we're consolidating here. Now the consolidation. This is new work consolidation would lead to a breakout, then a retest, and an expansion. I mean, does it come into here? I would like so. I wouldn't mind that, and then we can send it back down. That's a possibility, But if you look at it this way, if it's supposed to be bullish, right? Why are we making higher lows? Bitcoin dominance should be dropping, which means the money is moving from Bitcoin into Ethereum and into alts. But why is the money moving back into Bitcoin? If it's really bullish and we're supposed to go back to 20k, 25k, 40k, whatever the number is, I've seen some donkey ass motherfuckers out there. I'll be honest with you, I need to smoke up 1 second because I get pissed off when I see some of these donkey motherfuckers there. 1 second. Got banana flavor, you know what I'm saying? There we go, that's better. So I've seen some donkey ass motherfuckers, right, who's saying, man, I mean, it's engagement, that's what it is. It's all engagement. And then like we got a lot of dumbasses out there who are feeding into the engagement. It's entirely up to you. I mean, if you're the dumbass feeding into it, that's up to you. But the truth is, right, this one geezer, right, I'm not gonna even bring him up on Twitter anyway. It's not really worth it. Fuck it. Let's have a look. I can find it. Awesome. Where's this fucking thingy? Oh, he said something about thingy. 130k. 1 second. 130k. I can't find him, man. Basically, this geezer, right? Jesus. I'm trying to find it. I'm gonna have to scroll through it now. I I can't remember his name. Fuck, I should have actually did I screenshot it? Gallery. I must have screenshot it. That's it. That's it. Got it. One second. Fuck it. Let's do it. Johal Miles. This guy called Johal Miles, right? Right. Fair play to him, right? I mean, he's selling paintings. That's what he's doing, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, he's trading and he's selling paintings. Not NFTs, I think real paintings, I believe. But whatever. They're all right, you know. They look kind of cool. I wouldn't buy one, but they look quite cool. But this is what he goes. I see 2 scenarios up from here or a new look. Look at this. Look at this, right? I see 2 scenarios from BTC. Up only from here, or a new low and then up only. Both results in up only. How is that valuable? You're one of those who don't know what's going on. Where was it? There was one that said, "Who knows what happens?" The rate cuts. 17 hours ago. Yeah, here you go. That's it. Who knows what happens for the rest of the year? But I think we see all-time highs in Q1 2023. 130k top end estimate. Fucking hell, bro. What are you smoking, my G? Jesus Christ, whatever you're smoking, don't give that to me. I don't want to be a dickhead. But I don't know. Like, just be very careful, man. I mean, it hasn't changed. It's been 13 months of bear market. You're seeing a lot of beef out there. There's fucking beef going on with freaking Satoshi Flipper and this BTC Jack or something like that. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? I mean, like a guy can't have an opinion. I mean, 1 second, my mum. I gotta pick this up. Hello, ma? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's basically what happened is like the pipe outside is cut. So what because of the temperature, it's actually cut. It's cut by the temperature. That's what happened. That's what it is. You know where the pipe is? There's like a little metal thing. It's like a little silver turning thing. I don't know if you can see. It's it's the one that me and Chacha put in, and okay. Well, thing you just bear with me for like an hour and a half, right, and I'll come down, all right? All right, and I'll have a look at it. I'll give him a call in a bit. Yeah, I'll give him a call in a bit. Just leave it with me. Don't worry. I'll look after that, okay? The thing is, if you get his brother, he'll be able to come now, like, and fix it up. Otherwise, me and Chasha will do this in the evening. Is it? You could do that. Because basically what it is, because all it needs to be done, right, is to cut that pipe, right, and then put, and yeah, exactly. That's all it is. So it's not a big job really, to be honest. No, by inventar ça. Yeah, that's the only thing. De payer ça beaucoup là. C'est moi avec moi, tu regardes les cadeaux. Tais-toi, c'est ton ami fait les là, de café, les cafés les là. Mais like moi mon café sorti chez maman, dans internet mi pour venir toi seulement, mais mon boss, ça besoin venir asseoir. Yeah, ça besoin asseoir. Yeah. Yeah. Mon travail là, mon cause après, ok? Allez, bye. Sorry about that, guys. It's like, yeah, my mom's just got a burst pipe. So nothing too major, but it's like a burst pipe outside, so she's freaking out a little bit. I'm like, look, don't worry about it. I'll be there in a bit as well. It's like things you gotta do for your family, innit? Mom's a pain in the ass, innit? But you gotta do what you gotta do. I forgot what I was gonna say. Actually, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, let's go back into thingy to the morning stream. Anyway, so we got Burn. What's going on, brother? Mr. M, Circuit, Bum Biggie. We got Angelo, Eric, and Jose. How you doing, my brother? Good morning to you too as well. Brandon's in the house as well. You got Hugh Janus waiting for bear market rally. In the meantime, we day trade 100%, my bro. Spraffer's in the house. Mr. M. We got Gandalf here. Richard's here. I love to sit and watch, but bless you, man. Take care. Have a good day at work as well. And I hope things go well for you as well. TCX as well. TCX, get home safely as well. I know you're driving home. Thank you so much for being on the show. Michael Caffrey's here. John Gabush is here. We got Ning in the house too. We got Half Hustle. Who else do we have? We got loads of motherfuckers here. We got Sidium's House of O's here as well. This is so funny. I have a plumbing question myself. Oh, bless you. Go for it. Well, what's the question? Go for it. Crypto Dad's in the house. Who else? David. We got David. We got Brule, Adam. Looks like Master Daink is good at bro. You know when you got your own pipes in it, you gotta know how to maintain that pipe. You know what I'm saying? You gotta service that motherfucker. Otherwise, that shit will stop. Not working in it. Paris XBT. Morning to you too, my brother. Lupu from me, Romania. Yo, Lupu from Romania. What you say, my brother? Just trying to finish this off. Anyway, so yeah, we're looking at Bitcoin dominance. Like to me, it looks like we're gonna come back up here. All right, minimally. That's not even a fucking word. The fuck am I talking about? I'm making up this bullshit as I go along. Really and truly, right? We got this area here that we gotta work out. Price can come up into here. We may bounce down, come back down over here into these areas there, into these highs, and retest this. Hold above it, retest this all the block there. Bounce above it, break above it, and smash the motherfucker. Let's go to mid-range. Bear market continues. Off it goes. Bitcoin goes down further. Once we go below above the mid-range, off we go. Range high, and then we'll see what happens. Break about the range high, and we're looking for that 60% marker. And then when that 60% marker is, that means most of people actually moving their money from USDT, Ethereum, whatever alts they have into Bitcoin. Because the truth is, like, if I give you if you could hold only one coin for the rest of your life, and that one coin would only be the currency that you use. It doesn't matter what the price goes up or the price goes down, but that's the coin you're going to be using, right? What is the what coin would you hold? Be honest with me. If you could hold anything, like, it could be LTC, BNB, it could be Bitcoin, it could be Mana, Axis, it could be Alice, it could be XRP, Link, it could be anything. What coin would you hold? If I give you one option. Nah, dollar doesn't count, bruv. Dollar is outside of crypto. Come on, you're cheating, bruv. So Lupu saying EGLD. Who else we got? Burn saying trading. When will you have a PayPal option for the DCC membership, bro? I do have a PayPal option actually. You know, I need to put that on the website actually. Yeah. If you want to join the DCC, just send me a DM, right? And I'll send you the link of the PayPal option, and I'll upload that link of PayPal onto the website too as well. That's a good point as well. Woo. QNT. Link. Bruh, you guys are going on some altcoins, innit? Got BTC and LTC, you got BTC, you got Bitcoin, sorry. Bitcoin, what the fuck? Ethereum, ADA. Right, we're getting some mad range of different coins here. Ton, A0. Gold doesn't count, bruv. You're just cheating circuit, man. Come on, man. I'm telling you about altcoins or freaking crypto. Come on, bro. Gold. You cheating motherfucker. Link. Now the question is, right, so you guys will have your coins that you wanna hold in it. And that will be the currency for the rest of your life. Okay? Daink Talk. Bro, Mr. M, you know what? You win, man. Fucking out, you win. Oh, Nick, the evil Gemini. Okay, I'll do, awesome. I'll respond to that as well. Matic. So the thing is, right, that you need to remember. Think about it this way now. What's the driving factor of crypto? What one coin does the driving factor of it going up or down? What would you say? Would you say it's Matic? Would you say it's Link? EGLD? Would you say forget dollar index? Forget dollar index. Forget fucking the stock markets. We're just talking about crypto itself. It's a complete separate entity to everyone else, right? Which one would you hold? So not which one would you hold. What's the driving factor? BTC rules, right? So always BTC. Spraffer saying BTC. Anyone else got a different opinion? Fuad saying BTC. David saying BTC. So now think about it this way. Daddy BTC. Everyone's saying Bum Biggie saying BTC. TCX is BTC. BTC is king. Now let me ask you this. Do you really want to hold down your alts of Link, your EGLD, your BNB, your LTC, your XRP over BTC? Because if BTC is the driving factor and that's the main king, it's always been the king. That's like, the only time your alts will have a massive run is in the bull market, and that will happen for like 6 months to a year. That's it, done, finish. And then it goes up from like 1 cent to like $5. Then $5 will come down to 10 cents. So if you bought at 1 cent, right? Let's say like if you bought at your Doge is faster. I'll give you that one. I think ETH will outperform BTC next cycle. ETH will always outperform BTC in the bull run. Only in the bull run. That's the difference. I think what the major misconception is, everyone actually wants to get into a Bitcoin, into an Ethereum, not an Ethereum, into a token, whether it's on the BNB chain, whether it's on the Matic chain, whether it's on the Solana chain, or anything like that, or the ERC20 chain. Like you're looking for those coins. Why? Because they will give you that 100x, right? But after that 100x, and I'm saying to you, you hold one coin, which means even when it drops down from Link, let's just bring up Link for the sake of it. All right, Link on the monthly, right? Let's look on the monthly. If you bought down at $1, a Link at $1 over here, you don't mind it going all the way up there and coming back down, and that's a $6, and it holds at $7. But look at the drop here. The drop has been fucking ridiculous, man. Let's have a look. Let me just hide all this shit. The drop has been from there to here. That's 80% drop. So, like most people, they start buying into the bull run. They start buying in the bull run. Yeah, 100% TCX. And when they start buying in the bull run, that what happened is, right, they think this is going to be the $1 million token. This is for them going to be $1 million. Everyone always thinks about the $1 million. No one thinks about the realistic way of how to play the game. That the market's in cycles. We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down. Don't believe in a cycle? You've been in in two cycles, really. Some of you might have entered the bull cycle quite late, but the bear cycle lasts the longest. You can argue with me like across the board and say to me, nah, the bull cycle is... If you think the bull cycle lasts longer than the bear cycle, my friend, you need to go see a doctor, right? Like, honestly. So you go look for the chart, and the chart tells you that the bear market lasts the longest. Bear market goes for like 3 years, 2 years, and stuff like that. Bull market goes for like about a year, and that's it. And so when you're saying that, right, when BTC is starting to collapse on itself, right, when BTC, look, that's 80%, right? I mean, this one, don't get me wrong, it is quite drastic as well. This is like 75%, right? So like, I agree, this is fucking horrible, right? But in terms of the amount that is dropped, it's not as bad as some of your alts. So that's 75%. And then if you look over here, from the top to there to where we are, that's 73%. So it looks like Ethereum's better right now. Reason why? Because EBTC is still quite high, right? It's at 0.07 compared to where like from over here. Unless you're holding from 2016, right? And rode it up, back down, rode it up, and then rode it back down, then rode it back up. Like you can see, we're making higher. Like even on this, man, you can see quite clearly we're making like higher highs. Right here, higher highs there. We got a pivot. What's the pivot? The pivot's this high. We can't even reclaim that. If we were to reclaim about this, then yeah, we have another bull run. So if the thing, then we can actually push up, take out these highs there, and maybe squeeze into some liquidity. But the fact that we're below here, we are actually facing a severe, difficult trouble, and that trouble is between this high to this low. That's the range that we're playing in. And where's the mid range? The mid range comes in about around here, approximately around, maybe a little bit higher, around here. That's where the mid range is sitting at. So as EBTC start tumbling down, right, Ethereum's going to take a massive, massive drop. When I say a massive drop, we're looking for Ethereum to drop down to, right, I'm going to be honest with you, right, it could come into here, into like $380 off this high, right, as a full retest. I'm just going to give you an example. And then from here, from where we are right now to the drop down there, that's another 60 or 70% drop. We're looking at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. Whoops, fuck that. Let's just say up to here, right? Let's just go for fucking 10k. Fuck it, let's go for 10k. How much of the drop is that? We're talking about 70%. And then where's the fucking ruler? There we go. We're talking about another 40% drop. So I'll ask you again, do you really want to hold your Ethereum? Do you really want to hold your Link? Do you really want to hold everything else? Bitcoin is the king. It's always the king. That's the driving factor. So regardless how much this Ethereum actually evolves and whatever. Look, there was this theory about the Ethereum triple halving. I don't know if you guys heard of it. You must have heard of it. I know I did, right? Let's just quickly go for it. Ethereum triple halving. The triple halving, which is nearly equivalent to 3 Bitcoin halvings. 3 motherfucking Bitcoin halvings they're claiming. And these motherfuckers are so high off their face, man. I don't know, man. This bull market, you can buy some mad drugs in it. Just some mad ass motherfucking drugs. But let's go. What is Ethereum merge? We had the Ethereum merge, which was a couple of months ago. And what happened to the Ethereum merge in September? Did he pump or did he dump? It dumped. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Nothing fucking changes. If you think it changes, you're just a bigger dickhead than you was before when you first started this show. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have a look at this way. So, let's have a look. Vitalik, blah, blah. I don't care when it was actually. How does a blockchain work? What is the merge? We've seen the merge. I don't really care. I want to talk about the halving. What is it exactly? The crypto halving, triple halving. Okay. So let's just run this through, right? So we got the Bitcoin halving. So people can understand what is a Bitcoin halving. Everyone heard of Bitcoin halving, and I think most people they talk about the Bitcoin halving without knowing what it is. A halving is a deflationary event associated with the blockchain. Deflationary, not inflationary, right? In this event, the rewards provided to the validators get slashed by half. The Bitcoin halving is the most popular one in the crypto space. For example, let's take the case of Bitcoin. A Bitcoin halving takes place once every 4 years. This halving event works according to the program till the last Bitcoin gets mined around 2040. The next Bitcoin halving is scheduled around March 2024. So the halving is an actively discussed topic by other cryptocurrencies such as Litecoin, blah blah, undergo halving. In contrast, so look, Litecoin, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash, they go halving, but does it have any power? So so if you look over here, the miners, it's about the miners' reward. The reward gets slashed in half, so every 4 years. So you can and there's going to be more so new coins are being mined in, but there's going to be less and less coins being mined that's going to be available. So and then you got the triple halving. The Ethereum distribution under the proof of work protocol differs slightly from the Bitcoin halving. The algorithm of Ethereum doesn't reduce the Ethereum reward to the miners. So they're trying to go against what Bitcoin halving goes. So like it's not about slashing the reward. It's about giving more reward. So how's that fucking good? If you're gonna keep the reward the same, right? The incentive is to actually keep mining Ethereum. And if you're gonna keep mining Ethereum, right, and the reward and the price you're getting is the same, whether you actually mined it back in 2012 or you mined it in 2022, 10 years later, well, it wasn't in 2012, 2015 or 2014, right, or whenever the fucking Bitcoin Ethereum came out, to 2012. Yeah, what the fuck is a triple halving? Funny that no one actually knew about this. Funny that had no very few people actually are wondering. You see how mad it is. You guys know what the Bitcoin halving is, but you never heard of a triple halving. So that means why you guys are still going on for the massive altcoins is that's what I'm trying to show you, the Bitcoin dominance, why it's so important. I'm going off on a rampage over here for 27 minutes, but it's just to give you guys that little alpha there so you guys can understand what's going on in the future. You're talking about fundamentals. I don't know much about fundamentals, but fucking I'll give you a bit of fundamentals for what I know in it. So and it's funny, people like I remember this one guy was saying, yeah, fundamental this, fundamental that, fundamental this, fundamental that, and I was looking at him, I was like, the only time you have fundamentals in the bull market, and even then I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna buy it and hold it. I don't need to care about what's an ETH killer. They use these crazy words like ETH killer. Solana's gonna be the ETH killer. What did he kill? He shot his own self in the fucking foot. How's that fucking good? If it's so bullish, right, fundamentally, why is it having so much fucking crashes? Talk about the fundamentals on that. No one talks about that shit. But you're gonna come around and go on YouTube and start saying about fundamentals. Shut the fuck up, man. I don't know. So like the geezer was going on about how about technical analysis. One geezer like literally was on a space, isn't it? Saying like technical analysis doesn't fucking work. Okay, if technical analysis doesn't work, but why is it not? The millions who bought into Bitcoin, what happened? Is that your barometer for you to sell? I didn't listen to the spaces. I don't really have the time to sit down and listen to this. To me, it's a pointless argument. But he's like the geezer's been going on about like I think something about maths. He's all about maths and whatever. I wonder what his top was. What he calculated to be the top as well, because everyone had some mathematical equations and mathematical answer where it came out the same Bitcoin's going to go to like 200k, 250k, 500,000. One guy said a million. One geezer who's a bit of again another YouTuber was a bit of a bellend, but said a million. And all these guys are all backed by SBF. All these guys are all boys with SBF, man. They made money with SBF. They disappeared. I think when they made their money, then they came back just around the time when this whole scenario is coming out. So I don't know. Anyway, carry on. The process is executed using the software updates, blah blah. No one gives a shit. The Ethereum community members named the event the triple halving. This ETH issuance will take place on the ETH merge happens as per the current data. An average of 6,500 new ETH blocks are mined daily. The merge thus increases the miner's reward. The merge increases the miner's reward. How is that fundamentally bullish, you motherfucker? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense from the very beginning. It was buy the rumor, sell the news. I mean, I was at first I'm like, okay, if this Ethereum merge is gonna, if this triple halving, at first I'll be honest with you, the triple halving at first I was like, yo, this could be really really good actually. If it's really is going to be quite massive, right, and it's going to be the equivalent of free. I mean, you can read the whole thing anyway. I don't really, we're not going to go through the whole thing. Conclusion, blah blah, whatever. But like at first I was like, okay, I've heard this triple halving. Let's have a look as well. And looking for potential plays. But then, like as a technical analysis, right? Like someone who actually looks at the chart, it didn't show that this triple halving was actually going to be beneficial for anyone. It was actually a bunch of bullshit. It really was a bullshit. If miners' reward are the same, the incentive is like, look, for me is that instead of actually being a trader or trying to look at the chart, I might as well go mine Ethereum. And if the miners are getting the same and Bitcoin and the price of Bitcoin is dropping down, and we got a Bitcoin halving, and every halving every 4 years, the miners' reward gets halved out. It's slashed out, but they're still mining those bitcoins. They're still mining the bitcoins. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy bit. But again, I don't know. Don't marry the coins. The king of crypto is Bitcoin. It's always Bitcoin. So going back to the question, right, into the idea of if you were to hold any coin for the rest of your life, and that's just single one currency that you're gonna have, would have to be Bitcoin in my opinion. I generally believe this. If you guys have a different opinion, that's fine. But remember, your coins, your Ethereum, and all the other coins that you have, they're only pumping the bull market. That's it. Bitcoin is the one that actually holds the market. If Bitcoin wants, let's just say we go into regulation, right? We're going to a massive regulation. And I do believe crypto is going to move like stocks. When I mean like stocks, it's going to move like Tesla. It's going to move like Twitter. It's going to move like Disney. It's going to move like freaking, I don't know, like Star Wars, whatever bullshit stocks there is. There's loads of them. And they're very slow. You don't have 100x. That doesn't exist. Like in a bull run, like you're going to have 100x. That doesn't exist in those stocks. Like, well, it does if you buy really, really early. But it doesn't give you that explosive like euphoria that we have in crypto. But let's just say that we go through a moment of regulation, and then we move like stocks, right? Your altcoins are gonna run when there's a run, like a bull run. It's gonna have a run from whatever. But Bitcoin is gonna be very, very stable. It's gonna be very stable relative to everything else. So as a currency, right? Like this is the difference. As a currency, you want to have a currency that is relatively stable against every other coin. So for example, at one point, pound sterling was the most powerful one. It's the most powerful one to a point that I remember that it was $2 to a pound. Now it's $1.20 to a pound, right? That's how fucked up it is. But the dollar is always measured against, like around the world, that the currency that the people actually do business with is not the Chinese yen, so Japanese yen, or the Chinese yuan. It's not the euro. It's not Aussie dollar. It's not the New Zealand dollar. It's not the freaking pound sterling. It's dollar. It's American dollar. American dollar is the king in the whole of currency. You can't disagree with that. That's where when everyone does business, it will do through dollar index, through the dollar, right? And everyone, so like in crypto, it's slightly different. Like they're looking at Ethereum, they're looking at all these other coins and whatever. But you have to remember, if I was to look for a long run, for a whole long-term road, right? And I'm like, okay, for the next 70 years of my life, right? I might be dead by then, 100 years old. But for the next 70 years of my life, right? If I've got to hold one coin, I'd rather pick a Bitcoin. I'd rather put £10,000 on Bitcoin, for example, and hold that Bitcoin. Because if it goes up, it goes up, right? But if it goes down, it's gonna come back down to a nice price. It's not gonna drop as drastic. Whereas you got coins like if you chose, for example, if you had believed. At one point, everyone believed that Axis was a king. It's different now. People are actually choosing. Like, if I ask you this, right, about a year ago, you would have told me a different answer, right? You would have been very adamant on the idea of holding Ethereum, holding BNB, holding all this other shit. You've been very adamant about this. But you have to remember, Bitcoin is the king. It's a driving factor, right? So, like, a year ago, I mean, for example, like Axis, right? A year ago, which was like fucking December, price was around $100, and you guys would have looked at it like that, and you're like, yeah, it's still fucking bullish. You know, like we made a higher high. That's what you're looking at. That's a higher high, but you don't see this as a stop run. So like a year ago, you would have said that is bullish, and you would have actually looked at Axis. There would have been people there. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that would actually held a lot of these coins that's gone dead. Now that's how fucking horrible this coin is. From this high here to where we are, we've dropped down to 96%, 95%, nearly 96%, 96% drop. And you want to hold on to this bullshit. Want to try Solana? I bet you a bunch of people would have picked up Solana, to be honest. I know that there definitely was a huge number from the high there, which is at $259 to where we are. It dropped down to 94%. You really want to hold a coin that will drop down 94%? You know, Doge. Let's pick at Doge. Doge is actually relatively still strong actually at the moment, but like it's still dropped. It's dropped down 88%. It's crazy. The Bitcoin is the driving factor. So what we're looking at, going back to this is a whole deep explanation on Bitcoin dominance. So having that in mind, right, your Bitcoin dominance is going to tell you how much money is going to go into Bitcoin. Eventually, this is going to pop up when we continue to have a when we continue to have a bull run, right? Sorry, not a bull run, a bear market. No. Fucking hell. Sorry, man. Froze right. When we're going to continue to have a bear market, what's going to happen is that the Bitcoin dominance is gonna push up. More people is gonna actually move their Ethereum, their altcoins, and whatever into Bitcoin. If they're gonna move into Bitcoin, what's gonna happen? Bitcoin dominance goes up, and your alt is gonna drop. The Ethereum is gonna drop further. Why? Because the money is shifting over to Bitcoin. It's a wave, and that's what I use as a barometer. Now looking at this, right, going back onto this one more time before we actually go back. We need to start the show in terms of actually looking for plans and stuff like that. This is a long ass show. What we got here, right? Let me delete all this stuff there. We don't need all this. What we got here is, you see this low here? So stop run. For those that remember, like on the DCC, we talk about the 123 drive, right? This to me, right, looks like the 123 drive. If I use this low here, there you go. So you can see this low was made. That's the lower low. Shot back up. What's going on over here? Oops, sorry about that. Delete this. Don't know what's up there. Yeah, this low was made. We shot back up. Ran the stops. That's the second drive. The third drive, we found support off this low here. This is bullish. This is bullish. Bitcoin dominance is bullish. That on the monthly is telling me it's bullish. Now, if someone actually, if some morning Cryptique, if someone says to me that we're gonna go up to like 100k, or they're gonna say to me they're gonna go to like 40, 50k or 60k or whatever the number is, I don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening. Because if Bitcoin dominance is going up, yeah, now some people are gonna think, well, hang on a second, if I'm moving my Bitcoin, my Ethereum to Bitcoin, right, that should pump up the price. Makes sense. But the problem is, right, is the market cap. The market cap actually has an effect on this now, right? Money is leaving the crypto economy. The money has left the crypto economy. We have lost a huge amount of number. Now, if you don't believe me, I'll prove it to you right now, all right? Only in Daink show you get some proof of actually random shit going on like that. Market cap. Look at the market cap, right? Look at this. This is from like back in 2017. We had a market cap of this is a whole crypto market cap of 22 million, right? 21. Yeah, let's call it 22 million, right? Around from the beginning of 2017, let's say 17 million. We popped up, which we made an all-time high to around 828 billion, right? That or something like that. Yeah, 828 billion. That's the market cap there. And then we consolidated around the 200, like well, let's say from this area. Let me do this myself. I need to actually fucking zoom into this motherfucker right there, and I can actually work this out like that. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so this is the base, and that's the high. This is the area of the consolidation, right? So let's just do some technical analysis on this, right? So the base, right, was about, so we were range bounding from around 100 billion to 300, let's call it 350 billion. So the 350 billion marker is where we range bound over here from, like, well, let's say from 200 billion. Well, yeah, let's fuck it. Let's, yeah, from, where do we drop here? We drop down to 150. Yeah, let's say from 150 billion to about 350 billion. That's where we were fluctuating for 2 years. Fluctuate the whole thing is. Then from there, when we made that low in 2020, look at this, $150 billion. Crypto was worth $150 billion. It popped up all the way to here, which made 2.5 trillion. 2.5 trillion. Dropped down to 1.3 trillion and rallied up to just under 3 trillion. You see that 3.8, whatever the number was? I saw it there. 3.8. Yeah, let's say 3.8 to 3.8 trillion. We've lost from 3.8 trillion, 2.8 trillion, and we're now sitting at 860 billion. You see, the money's already been leaving. If that same money, right, was holding into here, and we moved the money from your alts into Bitcoin, what will happen is that Bitcoin will then go up because the market cap is actually increasing. But we've lost so much money in the space. They're disappeared. Billions and billions of dollars are getting fucked over. For example, 10 billion has gone by SBF, and I don't know what he's done with that money, but he disappeared. How many rug pulls have we had? These money, and how many times we've seen on Twitter, tornado cash, people cashing out. One chick called Vanessa Sierra, whatever her name is, she fucking did a rug pull herself. I ain't forgot. I saw that. Some French chick, but the market, the money's leaving. If the money's leaving, right, and we know Bitcoin dominance is gonna go up, and you may think, oh yeah, Bitcoin's gonna go up. I'm telling you, this price is coming down over here. We're coming back to we're gonna drop. I'm telling you. So saying that, right, let's do some maths on this. I'm actually gonna do this maths for the fun of it. If we come back to the high over here, which is about 350 billion. 350 billion. Let me get a calculator, because I'm gonna need this. We're gonna roughly estimate the price of Bitcoin. All right, we're gonna roughly estimate the price of the bottom of Bitcoin according to this. Right, we're gonna roughly estimate it. So 350 billion. That's what we got. That's the high. So again, remember I said to you, consolidation leads to a breakout. Then we should get a retest. And then they get an expansion. We have the expansion. Well, this really is actually, to be honest, this is the consolidation, right? This is the breakout. Now we're going for the retest. That's what we're doing really. That's the retest, and then we do the expansion. Then I'm happy for the expansion to be there. We'll work it out when the time comes. Okay. So 350 billion. We are. Whoops. Fuck. Oh man, I fucked it up. Anyway, 350 billion. And we're at 800, let's say 860. So 860, what's the drop on that? See, divided by 350. Oops. Times it by 100. So it's about 40% drop. It's a 40% drop in price, right? Of market cap. Of the money that's leaving crypto, right? So we're expecting a 40% drop in price, approximately. If technical analysis is a legitimate thing, and fundamentals is not as great as you think it was, right? We can see this is going to come down. How many times have you seen price consolidate, breakout, we have a retest? If this is a 1 minute chart, would you not look for this, for a retest here, then something like that, play along, go up on the upside, fucking target 1, and then we look at target 2 over here, then we look at target 3, and then do the breakout on the upside? Wouldn't that what you'd be looking for? So we got a 40%, I think a 40% drop. So if we got a 40% drop in the market cap, let's do a 40% drop on crypto. So let's on Bitcoin. Just roughly say approximately. So if I could bring up Bitcoin, go on the hourly. Now why am I going on the hourly? What the fuck's wrong with me? Weekly. Fuck it. 40% we're looking for, right? So where does this come? Bismillah. Please don't fuck us over. Look what 40% comes into. 10.5k. Like, that's just, if you want to use maths, right? The geezer says, like, your maths in it, you don't, technical analysis is bullshit. Use your fucking maths, you dickhead. Fuck it out. Predict that, motherfucker. And let's not forget this, right? You're welcome, Seamus. Let's not forget this, right? If Bitcoin drops down 40%, right, is the alt's going to drop 40% or they're going to drop more than 40%? That's where it gets interesting. That's where you get to one of those ones like, yo, you really want to be holding alts right now? You really want to actually, you think it's bullish. It's a bear market rally. Where will I get bullish? If we reclaim 20k and we hold above it and we start taking this 24k high. For me, I can comfortably say this is the pivot that's holding the market. This that was capping the market, that high there. Once we get back up, I'm happy to say, yeah, let's send this back up higher. Let's do it. But if we're expecting a 40% drop and the market cap looks like it's tumbling, it's ruining. But fuck you, David. Messing, I got love for you. But yeah, if that's the only way for me to actually say that's going to go up. So barring that, let's get cracking on the fucking show now. Now we can actually, like, we understand that the macro is looking bad. Looking at the total market cap, what you call it, the total market cap itself, and we're just using that as a barometer. Now we have to have a look at what's going on now. So look, FOMC came out, right? FOMC, people was getting mad, like excited about it, and it's all crazy. It's all a bit of fun and games and whatever. And now it's interesting. Now it's like freaking 11:45. So we got New York is gonna be open in a bit. So that's all right, actually. Oh, actually, before we do that, dollar index, gotta do that. Dollar index quickly. We're finding resistance off this 1 hour. I'll squeeze. I think it's speed past this quickly. Actually, there's not much to say. I can actually bring this up. Everyone's focused on Bitcoin. Let me have a look. So there we go on the 1 hour. Something like this. Yeah, something like this, right? So every time we come into this trend line over here, we keep finding resistance. So this trend line here, do a deviation, resistance, resistance. Is it going to break out or is it going to sell down? If it's going to sell down, we're going to step back into this range, play it back down into 101 to 105 to 100.5. That's what we're looking for. But if we break out of it and hold above it, we play back into, I think it's 108. I do think we're going to do that as well, and that'll be a retest of and then we'll figure out, is this a deviation of the range? That's what we're looking at. Where did he bounce off, right? If I look at the weekly, this is now a breaker, right? This area has on consolidation, resistance over here, resistance there, let me just do this quite quickly there. As you can see, the consolidation was over here. Got a bit of resistance, come back down, resistance, come back up, come back down, down and go back up. Find resistance, start to go up, have a close above it. This shows a deviation of here. Once we rally up, off we go. And now this area here, I'm expecting to be a support. I'm expecting this to be support, right? How deep does it go is interesting. It could, if it wants to, it can actually be as deep as this and then hold above it and go back up. That's not a problem. But the fact that we've tested it once, the first time we've tested it now, you're gonna have a reaction. It's like if you don't believe me about a reaction, picture, like, when you're a kid and your mom's cooking and you see the fire on the stove, right? When you're like 5 or 6 years old, for some reason, we're just complete idiots, right? We decide to touch that fire, right? And the moment you touch that fire, what happens? It burns your hand. And when you burn your hand, are you going to leave your hand there? Or are you going to pull your hand away and go to the tap, put the cold water on, cry a bit about it? Your mom's going to say, yeah, you're a dickhead. Well, my mom would say that you're a dickhead for doing that, innit? Nah, she would actually. My dad would say that to me. My dad would tell me I'm a dickhead, but your mom would be like mad sorry and like stressed about you as well. That's mom's for you, innit? Right? But you won't do that again. But that's that reaction was so quick because you burned your finger. So this is in its way. This is the fire. This is what we got. That's the fire emoji. Let's do this fucking fire. It looks like a fucking Super Saiyan. You know what I'm saying? I might as well do a fucking face here. Then this is such a bad drawing. I don't draw like this. I draw better. But that's the fire that people, like, the fucking hair's on fire and shit like that. And as you come into it, you bounce off it, you're gonna have a reaction. Now, how strong is the reaction? It's gonna be interesting. We can have a reaction to actually just pop up somewhere around here, or we can go all the way up to here, whichever you want to do. But there's gonna be a reaction, right? Just like when we actually got into it, right? Just like over here, when we came back to the retest, on the weekly we pulled back into it. We had a deeper pullback. The next week we strongly rejected off it. Then we found resistance, then sells off. You understand? It's the same principle. If we come back in and have a close below here, the next week we want to see, right, us to get, maybe take out the liquidity of here, take out this liquidity there, and then shoot back up, and then do resistance, support, then shank up, similar to that kind of style. So I'm leaning bullish on dollar index, Super Saiyan support. Yeah, there we go, my bro. London's high right in shreds. You're way fucking ahead of me. I haven't looked at it properly, so I'll have a look. I've been chatting shit, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm expecting a reaction. Now, saying that, let's go on the 4 hours, right? What I would like to see as a reaction would be something like this, right? If we break out the trend line, what about this? British market structure, then I can say, yeah, dollar index is going to go up, stocks going to go down, and Bitcoin's going to go down, Ethereum's going to go down, everything else is going to go down, right? That's general rule of thumb, right? So that's the consensus. If we step back into it, we know we have a bit more of a push up on ES and whatnot. But looking at ES, it looks like fucking dog shit. It looks like, I don't know. Do you guys think this looks bullish? I mean, the only thing I can actually do to support this, to say, yeah, you know what, let's take a long, is something like this, actually. This trend line. That's the only thing I can actually give it, to actually give it some sort of reasoning to say, yeah, that's support there, that's support there, support here, we should go up. But we are below the monthly open. We took out September's high. We couldn't get to the 4225 level, which is the 2021 mid-range. We are coming at the support here. This looks fucking shit. We are within this motherfucking range between the high and the mid. So already, I've already said that dollar index has a potential push up because we had a reactionary period from a weekly order block itself, which has now become a breaker, and now it's where we are. It's like the S&P has taken out September's high and it's got below the monthly open. These are all bearish bearish scenarios. Getting below the monthly open is bearish. Above the monthly open is bullish. That's all it is. We couldn't even fucking get up and support it. FOMC, no, well, this is not FOMC. This was a CPI. Oh no, yeah, this is CPI. This was CPI. This is FOMC. And look what the difference will happen with Bitcoin. FOMC, CPI and Bitcoin pushed up. FOMC did a massive fucking like what the fuck? It was like a mad roller coaster, bruv. You know that Mr. Bean fucking meme? Like, you know, well, like everyone's like, hey, that kind of thing. But Mr. Bean was like this. That's how I was like, okay, cool. Let's just, I don't really give a shit. I'm gonna see this. Literally yesterday, I told the guys on DCC, I'm like, yo, listen, I'm cutting here. One geezer like had some mad trades on there. I tell you straight up, man. I was mad impressed though, to be honest, in it. Because FOMC, I don't really take too much trades. I take one or two trades and that's it. I'm done. I took one trade. I focused on Bitcoin and I just focused on it. But the geezer, like, shout out to the guy, man. He had like BNB, he had BTC, he had Ethereum, he had something else. So he had like four or five trades, and he was fucking like, he made a massive gain. And I said to him, I said, bro, listen, right? And this is my advice to him. This is my advice. You have two options here. Number one is you take profits, right? Cut the trade, walk away, and come back to it after FOMC. That's my honest advice to the guys in the group. Number two was you guys are laughing here. You're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm busy in real life, man. Oh, bless you, John. Thank you so much for that, man. Whenever you're ready. And number two, what was I saying? Yeah. So yeah, the first one is like, yeah, take your profits and walk away. We'll see after FOMC. We can analyze what happens next. Give it about 2 hours and we'll see what the deal is. It was football as well, so I was gonna watch that. And then and number two was you take some profits now, but tighten you start tightening your stops, so it, like, trail it out. I believe he took profits. I hope he did. But it's the Chinese guy. Nah, you talking about freaking Wang. Wang is nah. I don't know who Wang is. Wang is some next geezer, man. Wang's got a schlong in it by the looks of it. Fucking made 1,000%. Fair play to the geezer. But yeah, so it looks bearish though. So if we're looking at this trend line here, how do I want to see this now? The only way, right, for me to get, like, look, yes, we are above the below the monthly open and with, you know, below the range high. It's bearish. We're coming down to the mid range. You guys know that. I don't have to explain that again. But just because we're looking for bearish play doesn't mean we can get a bounce up. So if price decides to do something like this, come back up, do this, breaks down, I'm happy to take the trade right here to play it back down to 25% of the range. Take out this liquidity there. Take some profits over here. Take some profits over here. Go to the mid range. Watch how we do. Once we get below the mid range, let's play it back down to 25. Let's go down to range low to 3650. And then once we fucking settle down on fucking ramp the shit out of it, I'm telling you, this this bear market continuation, when we do get this Fed pivot, boy, I'm gonna make money on this, man. I'm telling you, I don't care about anyone's long in it. Yeah, I'm taking your money, bro. I'm sorry. Like, it's just gonna be a press the button short. We're gonna cash out these motherfuckers' money out. You lost your money. You got liquidated. I don't care. That's how it is. Unfortunately, that's the truth about trading. In reality, trading is as brutal as that. You shouldn't give a shit about other people's money. You gotta do your own money as well. You understand? Cool. So now, oh yeah. So I mean, if I want to get bullish, for me to get bullish again, like I said, we could go to the monthly open for a retest. I don't think we'll go for the monthly open. I think it would be something like this, maybe into these lows here. I feel like this fair value gap. But I'll like this is for like longing scenario itself, right? I can play it like that short term. See how we get to the monthly open if we do go up there. If we get back up and hold the monthly open, I'm happy to take a long back up to 4175, then 4225. That's what I'll be looking for. That's the potential play. But if you look at this, right, it doesn't look that great. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But that's the plan. BDC, let's jump on BDC. Shreds is saying London's high is in right? So this has happened at 6. Oh, that's the wrong fucking time. Let's go look at 1 hour. It's a bit tricky though. So 8 o'clock made the low here. 7 o'clock was the high here. Let's have a look. Give me 1 second, shreds. So what we got? We got this here. So what happened there? That's 7 o'clock. 6:45, 7 o'clock. So we got this. So we got this high here, right? For me, it's this high here. You got this low here. If you want to focus on these areas there to actually decide on your trading opportunity itself, if you get back above these highs and hold above it, breaking market structure because that's the high that should be kept in the market. Play it back up into higher prices itself, probably into something like that. So something like that, right? And then if you get back up, keep going, play to these areas there, play up, and then we get up there to 18.2k, that kind of area we're looking for, and we see we can take out the highs over there. There's potential play there, but if the London's high is in, right, we should see this maybe a stop run, but we should see that high over here get capped, right? Once we get back below here, play it back down to the range low, break down below the mid range low, we send this motherfucker back down. We're gonna find some resistance for some area of reaction right off this here, so we could do something like that, pop back down, do something like that, reclaim up there, push into this area, do a bit of a deviation, then break it back down, play it back down over here, squeeze the motherfucker back down, and then sell out all this motherfucking, well, you guys can't see it, sell out all this motherfucking like fair value gap, the inefficiency fair value gap, I call it a fair value gap as well, and fill it out, and then we see what the fuck's going on. And if you ask me, right, this is the interesting thing. Like you see this block over here. That's why I'll be looking to take profits level to level play. That's what I'm looking for. Because what you got here, right, is that wasn't all the block that's now become a breaker. If it is going to be bullish, right, I want to see us. We're still above the monthly open, but I want to see this hold, right, something like that, for me to say, yep, confirmation, go back up high. What I've got here is a range band environment. I picked out the range high, which is over here. Let me just bring this out. This is the range high, and this is the range low, right? The stop run, and the stop run. Done. Finish. We're in the range. Just like how we actually pushed up to the mid-range, grinded around the mid-range, bit of consolidation here, then we pushed up to the range high. We could do the same motherfucking thing. We could do this, exactly the same thing, the same pattern over here, right? We could just fucking come back down, come over here, grind over here a little bit more before we spike down to range low. To 15 point, well, this is not looking fucking good. 15.5k we're looking at, but it's a very possibility. For me to get confident, right, to actually take the shorts there really is once we get below this block over here, below the monthly open, I'm happy to take the trade, going down to mid range as a short little day trade there, and then squeeze it back down 25% range and then range low. That's what we're looking for. That's the potential play. But as a day trade, I've given you the plans already. That's literally the plans I've given you. The ones to play. Well, if I was gonna play, sorry. I think I'll play like this. Let me do this properly, because now I've got my lines up. I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at now. So this is on the 15 minutes. Let me delete that. Okay, cool. At the moment, right. So we've got this high here and this low here. The longs will be this: break up, all above it, bullish market structure, right? Play it back up, potentially into these areas here. To 18.1k. That's what we're looking for. I think we get a reactionary period right here. What I'm concerned about is this. So you see this low here. I'm concerned about this, right? We're filling out the inefficiency right here, the fair value gap, right? We're filling that out. So if we get back up, it could do a stop run there, and then from this as an area consolidation, break down. Once it gets back below this range here, you can take the shorts here. Hard stop over here, play it back down to range low, and then play it back down to 25% of the range into this area of consolidation right there, and then we can squeeze it in to the block itself. That's what I'm looking for, filling out this inefficiency, and we can see how we do at the monthly open. So you're marking out, like, so you're watching how we react. If we come back down here and start holding into this bullish market structure, cut the trade, or if we come back down over here, bullish market structure, cut this trade, or if we come back down here, bullish market structure, we're back into the block itself, cut the trade. Exactly. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Each time I'm looking at these reactionary areas, if I'm going to cut the trade or not, or if I'm going to hold the trade. That's my secret, right? And I'm just showing it to you there. We'll move on so we don't talk too much about it. But that's the plan for Bitcoin. Ethereum, what's next? So Ethereum, We are below the motherfucking monthly open. This is fucking donkey shit. Fuck's sake. This is a bunch of donkey shit though, isn't it? Right, let me delete that. Don't need that. Oh yeah. Interesting enough. Look what happened. So if we got, this is the weekly. I'll show you this. There we go. Got my face back in as well. All right. So what I want to show you is this. Okay. Let me just hide all that. You see this low here? We didn't really take the low out, right? But we are playing within this range over here, right? Between this low and this high, and I mean, one can argue, is that really? I mean, truly, it's that still holds in place. That still holds in place. You cannot tell me it doesn't hold in place, because look what happened there. Look how different this whole chart looks like by going on the weekly and showing you like you guys that we got 3 days and 12 hours left for this weekly close to happen, and we taken out the highs, and all we're doing is we're closing in the range. If we're closing in the range, what happened? If it's supposed to be a breakout, you should be asking, you wouldn't be asking why we're coming back down. You gotta ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing back in the range? It's like, imagine your best friend Johnny, right? Your best friend Johnny comes around to your yard and is always playing at your yard in it, right? Playing football and shit like that. And all of a sudden it's time for like having a great day. You guys having ice cream. Your mom put some order pizza from Domino's. You're watching your favorite show when you were a young kid, like 14, 15 years old. You and Johnny are having a great time or whatever, and it's time for Johnny to go home. So like Johnny's gotta leave in it. Like his mom calls him up and it's like, yo, Johnny, you gotta come home in it. So Johnny's like, yo, it's like Shreds, I've gotta go with him. My mom's calling me, and you're like, all right, Johnny, big love to you. Take care of yourself. I miss you, man. I hope to see you. See you tomorrow, whatever. This and that. So Johnny goes out. Now Johnny goes out, right? This is what happened. Johnny's popped out, right? He's on his way home. He gets a text from your mom, and your mom texts Johnny. It's like, yo, slip out the back door, meet me upstairs. And Johnny's back in your yard. You have no fucking clue he's in your yard, and your mom is going down on him. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. That's what's happening right now. Johnny is like, forget Tyrone. Tyrone was one story in it. Thank you so much for the bird. Forget Tyrone for a second. Johnny, your best friend Johnny done you over, mate. He done you over. So that's what it looks like. Johnny just came into your yard and he's just check out your mom's bedroom. I'm sorry if you got a friend called Johnny. If you really got a friend called Johnny, I'm so sorry. Johnny is having a great time with your mom, bro. Fucking hell, dude. I am on crack today. I mean, I don't have crack. I've never had crack in my life, innit? But imagine me if I was on crack. This is me normal. This is me just on a normal day. Just talking about Johnny. But Johnny slipped out the back door, came through the back door, and he climbed. And you're watching your favorite show, Wheels of Fortune, innit? And you're sitting down eating your Domino's pizza, innit? Because he left his pizza because his mum texted him and said to come home. So you don't know. You're eating Johnny's pizza, but you don't know Johnny's eating, like, yeah, you get the story, innit? You get the story. Eating whipped cream from your mom or some shit like that, man. I don't know. So that's Johnny for you, man. Fucking Johnny, man. You got a Johnny in here, man. I hope you never did that to your best friend, bro. Shreds, I'm so sorry I used you as an example, man. I'm so sorry. So the thing is, because I know Shreds really well, and it's such a genuinely good, easygoing guy, and I love him. I've got a lot of love for that guy. Same like a bunch of you guys, but I just want to take a moment for Shreds in it. The guy works hard, man. The guy works hard. He's always in the gym, but he's always trading as well. He's always trying. He's always pushing himself as well. He's making it. He's grinding it, and I have a lot of respect for geezers like that. So shout out to Shreds, man. Big love for you, man. Really, really big love. He's got something, like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but he's got something interesting, I believe. I don't know if I should be saying this, but like hopefully he's got some work in the Adam. There you go, Adam Shreds. Give him a follow for me, please, bro. He's 98 followers. He deserves it. He really, really deserves it. I mean, you can see right here. This is one geezer, right? He actually posts charts. He posts his views. Look at this. Sorry, bro. I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but I've got a lot of love for you, so I'm gonna do this for you. So look, he's explaining in his own terms, right? He's already marked out all the blocks over here, down over here, and he's got his lines, levels there. He's got his Mondays highs, Mondays low, weekly open, monthly open. He's got everything, fam. He's switched on. That's how solid this guy is switched on. He's finding that levels are being resistance over here, resistance here. There's like little spikes up, and we come back down. And he's made a plan for you guys at the time to get above the weekly open, hold above it, and then we can go to Monday's high. And that trade actually did go through. That trade did go well, and he gave that out to you guys for free. And then he had the flip side. If we come back down and get below the monthly low, we play it back down level to level, back down into the order block. That's what he's looking for. One order block to another order block. And bro, how is this guy not getting like more than 2 likes, man? Give him a fucking follow, man. Trust me, guy's a fucking legend. Big love to you, Shreds. A lot of love for you, man. He's gonna do really, really well in life as well. Like he's so like fucking like switched on. When I say switched on, he's so fucking glued. Like he's a young kid, 20. I think he's like 23, 24 years old or whatever. Ladies, he's a good-looking guy as well. And Geezer is like he's sick. He's sick, man. Big love to you, man. But yeah, let's get cracking. So Johnny's come back in the back door, right? So we can agree already. And look at this, right? So what I was trying to say, I actually got fucking sidetracked, man. I'm getting sidetracked a lot today, fam. What the fuck? You know what it is? I missed you guys yesterday. Wasn't able to come on. I had some family stuff going on. I had to look after some family and whatnot. Things were going on that required my attention. So like the only thing I had time was to do a quick session with the guys in the DCC in the morning. It was like early morning, like 9 o'clock in the morning. Normally I do 10:15 stream as well, but by 10:30 I had to bounce. So I do miss talking to you guys. I'm gonna miss you guys a lot, man. But I wish you guys a Merry Christmas as well, big time. But yeah, speaking about Johnny, right? Let's look at this one, right? This is the range over here, right? We haven't taken out liquidity here. We've got double bottoms, and look where the price has found resistance, right smack on the mid range, and we're closing below the mid range, right? We've got 3 days to turn this around, and we are below this range high. So we are at levels of resistance. This is a level of resistance. This is a level of resistance. So for me to be bullish, right? As a quick day trade, I can actually play back into here, right? Into the mid range. Once we break out of this high on the lower time frame, and then we can play back into the mid range. Once we get above the mid range, I'm happy to play this move. Fucking hell, my hands are a bit cold here. Play this move all the way back into this area here, and then maybe we can squeeze into here. I don't know. But I like to see 40. For me, 1440, right? 1400 area is a key point. This area here. The next area here is 1440. That which is around here. That's the previous all-time high, right? And you can see, right? Although I've highlighted this, we're gonna find some sort of resistance from this low over here. That's gonna be quite a pivotal low to actually play with. So, but looking at the range band environment, I don't see why not. You can actually push up a bit more higher into higher prices there, and we'll see how it goes. But really and truly, like it's quite bearish. It's quite bearish at the moment. So we got to see how this weekly close actually works out. Shreds. Now you're a sick guy. The thing is, right, I'm following a lot of smaller some recently smaller traders as well, especially the ones in the DCC. I'm following them as well, and I like there was a time in Twitter. This is why I tell you guys to build your Twitter account. There was a time in Twitter I had very little followers. I had like 50 fam when I started, 50 followers. And shout out to Trader NJ, like big love to that guy. I got love for the guy. Me and him, we're cousins, as you guys aren't aware as well. Literally cousins, like we're blood related kind of thing as well. So me and NJ, like NJ himself actually had at that time about over 1,000 followers, and he used to slip me into these FFs and to help me push my account. I'm being honest about it. He helped me big time, big time. So there's like number of people. There's like a small number. There's a small number of people who actually I will never forget. I will never forget like what they've done, especially when you do good for me. Like that's always gonna be there, like and whatnot. So NJ helped me out, pushed me out. Trader SC helped me understand how to technical analysis as well. So I have all these people was actually supporting me there. Trader NJ, Trader SC. Then like slowly, as I was growing, a guy called Muro Crypto actually followed me, and then he was giving me FF. Another guy called Capo, well not Capo, El Capo, Capo the Third. I think it's Capo the Destroyer. You guys may have seen. He gave me a massive FF. One day he gave me an FF. I was at work, fam. I was at work. He gave me an FF, right? And I swear to God, I was like in the back or some shit like that, like or whatever, chicken medication or whatever, or whatever, or something like that. And from 2,000 followers, he pushed me up to 2,700 followers. So guys like that, I have a lot of respect. So if you grow your account and you be legitimate about your Twitter, and you treat it like a place of work, just like Shreds, like I'm 100% down to back it. I'm 100% down to back it. Do I not follow this fucker? No way I don't follow this fucker. How do I not follow this fucker? 109. This will be 110 now. How do I not follow you? I'm so sorry, Shreds. So yeah. So give him a follow, man. And if you guys actually push it, I'm happy to give you an opportunity. I'm happy to give you, because I'm a look. Just because I'm like, I don't think I'm in a place of power, but I do think I'm in a place of what do you call it? You know, let's move this to the side there. There we go. Yeah. Nope, that's wrong. I need to actually sort this out. Yeah. Like, just because I'm in a place of power, right? And then just because I'm in a place of power doesn't mean that I can't actually help you guys out. So if you look at it this way, in terms of whoops, sorry about that. I'm just fucking. Sorry, guys. I'm messing around here now. Cool. Yeah. There we go. If like, I'm alhamdulillah, I'm in a place of influence, you know, a place of that I can actually support people as well, and I'm happy to support smaller accounts. I'm happy to give you guys an opportunity to push you guys and propel you forward. I don't think that it's fair just because I haven't like, I'm an influencer with 50,000. To me, it's a fucking number. Who gives a flying fuck about numbers, bro? The only number I give a shit is what's in my account. And so, same as you. So don't get confused by some of these influencers. You know what I'm saying? Place of influence. What the fuck am I saying? But anyway, Ethereum. Let's go. Let's get this going. I've talked too much today. Too much. Right. So let's just bring up the levels. What we got? Not this level here. Let me look at ETH. This one. There we go. Right. Let me have a look at this. Nah, I'm gonna stick with this chart. With this chart here. Right. This one here. This low and that high. Let's just stick with this, and let's see what's going on. There we go. It changes the perspective, right? 1400. That's it. 1400 was the July's mid range. Does it have to retest that? Not necessarily. Will it do that? It can do that, right? But like, we'll see how it goes coming into the next year. But at the moment, looking at this now, for like, you know, we've got 14 days of the monthly. It doesn't look that great. So it looks like we made the higher of the month itself. That could be well be the higher of the month, right? For us to go back down. Now, we're in this range. How do I play this, right? How do I play this, right? Let's go back on the 1 hour, right? We did all the discussion. I'm going to talk about a trading scenario for us to actually, you know, play into now. So what we got here, Shreds kindly said the high of the day, right? High of London, right? Let's have a look. So on Bitcoin, right? On Bitcoins, that's 9. Where's 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock is here, right there. Okay, so we're at resistance right here. This is the key bit. That's where we're finding resistance, right? The highs there. We could pop into here, right? Let it do its thing. If I want to be bearish, what I want to see is price to get back below here, do a break in market structure, something like this. Something like this. Once it does something like that, breaks this trend line there, gives me a thing of confluence that we're below the range heights, below this order block here, below the monthly open. Take the motherfucker back down. Let's shank this shit down back into these lows over here, right? That's the first target that we can look for as a day trade, and let's see if we can squeeze into the second set of targets there. Well, we'll really take out these lows over here, and yeah, and come back to 1250. 1250 will be an area, and we're still playing within that range. Then from 1250, we'll probably lose it to the mid range itself. I don't see why can't we actually get back below here. Bearish market structure, these areas here, take out the liquidity there, and squeeze it down. Take out these liquidity there. And maybe go to 1210-ish, right? That's a potential play. I don't see why not. But where would I get bullish? The bullish play really will have to be like this now. All right, so I'll use this chart here. Let it get back above the monthly open. Once we get back above the monthly open, hold the bullish play. We know we are stepped into this order block itself, right? And then we can go back and squeeze into here, target 1, and then that'll be target 2. That's a day trade, okay? That's what we're looking for. Now, once we get back up, and hold above it, and we're showing bullish market structure, I can retake it another thing. I can take a long trade to go into these areas here. That's to be the first target there, and then we're going to go for these double tops there. So this is the interesting thing. This is a double top as a stop run. That's FOMC stop run there, right? You've seen this FOMC like that. These double top stop runs. What happened? The price displaces away from the double top. So the last time we saw a double top or near to the double top, where was it? Right over here. Right here. It wasn't even a double bottom, sorry. this low here. We didn't even take out these lows there. And we displaced away from this at the price of from 1070. We went up like $200, $300 or some shit like that. We went up $300, right? In terms of price displacement away. Yeah, but yeah, nearly $300. Look at Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an example right here. We had a stop run. We had a stop run right there. Had a stop run, right? And price displaces from here, going away. 15.5k, and where did we end up going to? 17k, like 18k. We went 2.5k in price displacement over there. So of course, well, Bitcoin looks a bit different. It's not like a stop run, but Ethereum, same principle. If this is the same thing, we should start thinking of bearish price. We are coming under bearish, like we are coming under like areas of that is bearish. Monthly open, this order block right here, the range high. So like I said, I've got this planned up there, but for me, if I really want to be smart, this is really what I've been looking for. Let me do my plan. Let me have a look on the 1 hour. All right, so we got this high here that's holding support. Fuck off. This high here is holding support. Okay. So if I want to get into confirmation plans, this is what I'm looking for. So that's that. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Right, cool. So you can see that high here is acting as support, holding it there. Now, if Shreds is correct, that like London made the high. I'm putting Shreds on the thingy, on the chopping board here now. If Shreds is correct, right? And we made the high. And we are displacing away with it. Now we are in, we were already in the New York Open, right? So the New York take out the London Open itself, and all we're doing, we come back down. Once we come back down, bearish probability is down over here. Once we take out these lows there, with bearish price action, we got lower highs, lower lows, or lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Just keep doing that. Then we can play it back down. And where would I like to play this? Like I said, right into here. That's target one. Fill out all this inefficiency right over here, this fair value gap. Play it as that, as target one. Hold above it, cut the trade. Right, because we're going to go back up high, probably to these areas here. And once we get back below, so something like this, they do its thing. Once we get back below, bearish price action there. Loses this low over here, for example. Let's just draw this low over here. Loses this low there, for example. That's for me to enter in. And I'll be looking to take out these liquidity over here. Well, to be honest, like you can front run the whole thing over here, 1256, and if I were to remove that, that's what you're looking at. Looking to come back down to here, 1256. That's your next set of targets there, and maybe squeeze into 1250. That's a very good chunk of play right here. It's a very good chunk of play. Like if I want to take a swing play, right, which is actually a very, very good point. If I want to take a swing play, how would I look to play this? Where's my invalidation? My invalidation's here. I'm wrong above these double tops there. Really, really fucking high. But I'm looking to go down here. So if I were to take a short over here, let's have a look as a swing play. It's not a bad play for a 2.5 trade on a swing play. Going back to range low. It's mad. It's mad what I'm asking there. But I do see it coming back down. I mean, like, if I want to be quite aggressive, I'll probably put it here, to be honest. Yeah, that's a 4.2R trade. That's probably what I'd like to look at. Give myself a bit of breathing space as well. I do not want to see price to get back above there. Like a clean smash above here, then you look to cut the trade. But that's how I'll be looking to actually take this swing trade opportunity right here. I wish I took a fucking short over here, man. I was talking about this yesterday, on there last night with the guys. But we'll see how we get to the mid range. If we hold above it, cut the trade. Or if we get down below, carry on. We can compound that position and go back down to 25% range low. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, any questions? Look at BNB, man. BNB is so fucking bullish, isn't it? It's just about holding support. So if we lose this, right? We'll do that, do this, something like that. If we lose this area, we're grinding below this weekly range over here. Well, not a weekly range, it's a range bound environment here. I don't know why I drew that. That was Monday's high. No, that wasn't Monday. I mean, like, if I was to draw Monday's range, where's Monday's range? Monday's high is somewhere. Yeah, that's Monday's high. Monday's high and Monday's low was here. Yeah, this is Monday's low, okay? Look what happened. This is Monday's range. We've lost Monday's range. We spiked into it. This is CPI data. Come back down. This is FOMC. Lower highs. Comes back down. Lower highs. Makes a lower low. Comes back down. Lower low. Finds resistance. Now we're grinding over here. Once we lose this low over here, play it back down. Take out to these areas here. Take out this low there. Once we get down below this low, let it do its thing, and you retest into this area, break down, come back down below here. There, and we can say, yep, confirmation, play it back down, send this motherfucker back down to smithereens. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. It's a short for me. It's a short. I'm going to be honest with you. I like to be bullish, but it doesn't show me anything to be bullish at this very moment in time. I've got my plans to flip for the bullish scenarios. I got my plans ready for my shorts. Now all I got to do is sit back and let it trigger. That's what it is. Any questions before I head off? I think that's enough. Cool. Everyone understands it. What's going on, the Norma? Good morning. Good morning to you. Alright, cool. Alright, bless. We'll call it a day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully a bit early as well, 10:15 UK time. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, bye everybody. See you then.